Distress call came in. Attacks her. I mean, just imagine hearing that over a crackling radio. We are dropping right into the deep end today, guys. No preamble, no slow buildup. Just this immediate, desperate crisis echoing out over the water. A ship under siege, a sudden strike, and a crew completely caught off guard. It's the exact kind of high-stakes, adrenaline-fueled scenario that instantly grabs your attention, you know? It just absolutely demands answers.
Welcome, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this explainer. Today, we're doing what I like to call trailer forensics on the upcoming 2026 film Mutiny. Our goal here is actually pretty simple, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to use this really methodical staccato pacing to completely deconstruct the incredibly sparse, punchy dialogue from the trailer. Using only the clues they've given us, we're going to piece together exactly what is happening, who the players are, and what the ultimate stakes really are. Honestly, it's a masterclass in visual and auditory storytelling, and we're going to break the whole shebang down.
So let's dive into Section 1, the ship attack, an immediate crisis. The trailer seriously doesn't even give us a second to breathe. It plants us right onto the steel deck of this vessel in the middle of nowhere. And things go south for the bad guys fast, like really fast. Boom, a character named Marco reports a problem on the ship. Boom, a stowaway is spotted. But the absolute most revealing detail is what we hear a guard screaming. What the fuck is going on? Get back in the container, said get back in. Short, punchy, and honestly horrifying. The stowaway isn't just hiding out. They are actively interfering with people who are trapped like cargo in a shipping container. The villains are literally losing control of their illicit operation right before our eyes. You see how this builds? Then we get this moment with our stowaway, Cole, speaking to a character named Angie. She's demanding to know who he is, and he just completely ignores her question. He immediately deflects back to the mission. He says, right now, all that matters is we get those people to safety. We're about to be short on time. This is brilliant because it sets up this intense ticking clock priority for us. Cole isn't there to make friends. He isn't there to explain his backstory. He has this laser-focused, absolutely urgent objective to rescue the people trapped in those containers before time runs out. Moving right along to Section 2, the Cole Reed Intel. Who exactly is this stowaway? If you're the crew of this ship, or honestly, if you're just watching this explainer, the big question is, who is this highly capable guy completely dismantling this operation? Well, we get our answers through an intel package delivered by a character named Underwood. Get a load of this rundown. 1, he was born and raised in London. 2, his grandfather was a cop and his father was a cop. 3, Reed actually ends up serving under his dad, specifically investigating a human trafficking operation. So this isn't just some random vigilante who wandered aboard by accident. Cole Reed literally has generations of law enforcement in his blood. He's a highly trained operative, and he's got a very specific institutionalized skill set tailored exactly to taking down trafficking rings. And that brings up this fascinating duality. It brilliantly illustrates the core conflict of our protagonist. On one hand, you've got this structured, by-the-book professional, a generational cop acting completely within the confines of the law to investigate human trafficking. But then, contrast that with the reality of who is on that ship right now. A desperate, lawless, rogue stowaway operating entirely off the grid. It really makes you wonder, right? What could possibly cause a man to snap so violently from one extreme to the other? Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, a cold file reopened. Why did he leave the UK? Seriously, why would a third-generation cop suddenly abandon his entire life, his career, the whole shebang? Well, 4 words provide the devastating answer. File goes cold. The legal system just completely failed his human trafficking case. Think about that. All that training, all that generational dedication to the badge, and the bureaucracy just hits a brick wall. The bad guys were going to get away with it. This single phrase is the ultimate catalyst for the whole movie. It totally explains why Cole had to leave the UK and take matters into his own hands. The law stopped working, so Cole Reed stepped outside of it. So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is how his past failure directly fuels his present mission. Listen to this quote from Cole. "It's okay, I'm here to help. I'm coming back, for everybody." Now, on the surface, that might sound like standard action hero dialogue. But when you know his backstory, when you know that his trafficking file went cold, this becomes a deeply personal, direct promise to right the wrongs of his past. He is literally coming back for the victims he couldn't save through the legal system. It adds just this incredible layer of emotional weight to his presence on that ship. Okay, Section 4, the demand for vengeance. Enter Daedalus. Now, let's take a look at the other side of the chessboard. Because you can't have a high-stakes mission without a truly lethal, inescapable counterforce. Daniels knows exactly who is tearing up his ship now. He's got the intel. And his response? Chillingly direct. Make sure that Cole Reed doesn't get off that ship alive. We even hear another voice confirm he's trapped. So now the villains have a clear, singular objective. The element of surprise is completely gone. Cole is trapped in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by people who have just been handed a definitive kill order. But here's the thing about Daniels. He's a businessman of sorts, right? A trafficker who's used to making deals. So he tries to negotiate with the man who is systematically dismantling his operation. He gets on the radio and says, "Tell me what you want. Everybody wants something. What the fuck do you want?" It is such a fascinating moment of tension. The villain is assuming that every man has a rational price, a logical desire, or an exit strategy that can just be bought or bartered for. He assumes Cole is playing a game that still has rules. And Cole's response? The sheer deadpan intensity of it is incredible. Just one word: vengeance. You gotta love the unsurprising, perfectly executed action movie bravado of it. Daniels is trying to play chess, offering money or an escape route, and Cole just violently flips the board over. He doesn't want to pay off. Honestly, he doesn't even necessarily want to survive. He just wants the people responsible to pay for the files that went cold. It delivers maximum impact with absolutely zero exposition. Which brings our explainer full circle, right back to where we started. That opening distress code, attack sir. We now know the whole architecture of this crisis. We've got Cole Reed, a rogue third-generation cop seeking vengeance for a cold case, trapped on a ship in the middle of the ocean. We've got Dan Telelis and his heavily armed crew with orders to kill him on sight. And all the while, human lives are just hanging in the balance inside those shipping containers. It's an absolute powder keg. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. With a lethal operative locked in a steel box, with a crew of ruthless traffickers, and a distress call already sent out into the void, when the smoke finally clears, who is actually going to survive the attack?
Hello guys, thank you for watching my video and please subscribe. Hey YouTube, my short reel participate, not mask content. This last reel I am participate. Or hey guys, please subscribe. Thank you for